Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. At Lord Snow XRP here, bringing this to our attention, the inflation rate year by year since the 40s. He's posted this. Now, this is a chart. It actually goes way beyond the 1940s. It starts at 1872. But what it does is it gives us an idea of what inflation was over these years. And you guys can see over certain years during this time period, we saw higher rates of inflation. Like if we just go down, during World War II, from 1942, 1943, we did see higher rates of inflation compared to other years. Also right after the war, 18.13%. In the 1970s, there was an oil crisis, which brought interest rates up 9.39% and 11.8% in 1974 and 1975, respectively. And then there was the recession, early 80s, 1981, up 11.83%. Since then, though, inflation has gone up here or there, but not by too much. Until today, January 1st, 2022, we are now seeing a rate of almost 7.5%. So, we have to be very, very careful where we are putting our money and how we are planning on protecting our wealth. And I know a lot of you guys invested in cryptocurrency. Some of you guys invested in precious metals. There are strategies to combat this. I'm going to talk a little bit about what is going on today with regards to, there's lots going on. One of the things that has just sprouted up over the last little while is the Russia-Ukrainian conflict. Now, some are saying it is a distraction tactic because of the huge protests that are going on globally now in Canada, Australia, in Europe, France, Italy. A lot of people are protesting what their governments have been doing over the last several years with regards to the beer flu and restrictions revolving around that. So at the end of the day, we have to be protective of what we have because who knows what could happen next? And I know a lot of you guys invested in cryptocurrencies like XRP. Of course, XRP right now trading at about 83 cents. And, I'm not going to talk too much about price today. The price has been vacillating for XRP. We did actually see it shoot right back up. It did come right back down into the mid 70s, but now it's back up near the mid 80s. And Bitcoin, we also saw Bitcoin take a bit of a dip, but Bitcoin has not recovered nearly as much. Bitcoin is trading right now at about $42,600. Some of us, though, taking cues, we did notice that there were some high-profile pharmaceutical CEOs that recently dumped their stocks. Something to be paying attention to. Of course, guys, I got to mention this from Ether Nasayona L here on Twitter. When viewed on a macro scale, the fear of war in 2008, like today, put the money markets under pressure, and after a while, it was in a parabolic upward phase. So let's just take a look at this for a second. The SPX index and the DJI, the Dow Jones, okay? This was in 2008, the Russia-Georgia war in August of 2008, and also just demonstrating that just on both charts here. We were here during that period of time. We did see a downturn for the market in both markets, and then after that, we just saw nothing but an upward swing. He's also bringing this up too, the NASDAQ here. This was also during the Russia-Georgia war, August 2008. Now taking a look at Bitcoin USD, Russia-Ukraine warmongering of November of 2021. Take a look at that pattern there. And again, guys, patterns are just psychological depictions on the chart. This is just human behavior, how investors decide where they're going to make their trades. And so, when you look at this pattern, it is looking very, very similar right now to what we are seeing in the Bitcoin chart. So another possibility, a socio-political event that could likely influence the trajectory of Bitcoin. We did see it not only on the NASDAQ, but on two other stock indices in the past. So it is definitely something we should be paying attention to. I know some are of the school of thought that Bitcoin is going to continue to move further down once it reaches its 0.702. However, there's this other theory that we are still just in the middle of a bull run. And, the fact that we're trading on such low volume right now really does demonstrate to me that this is not the top. The top is usually punctuated by lots of FOMO, a lot of excitement in the market, and we are just not seeing that now, and we have not been seeing that for a while. So $69,000, is it a new high, or should we be taking cues from what's going on, with the Russia-Ukraine conflict, for example? I also wanted to bring this to you guys from Michael at Val5 Links. Now, This is an analysis from Credible Crypto. Synonymous analyst Credible tells his 308,000 Twitter followers that he sees XRP bouncing and reclaiming the $1 level. Here's what he said: "We are now right in my area of interest. Might head a few cents lower than where we are now, but as per my last tweet, I expect we form a bottom/higher lows in this region and then continue up." So he's just showing the chart here. We could go a little lower, but we are ultimately making higher lows for XRP. So he's saying we could go a little lower, right back down in and around here. Ultimately, though, when we zoom out, these are higher lows. This one was getting dangerously low right over here for XRP. If I just bring that back over, you can see, guys, we did almost see that low back in late January, but we did, in fact, make a higher low, bounce back up, and now we're back to business. So he's saying, it could hit $1. That is his target next. As for Bitcoin, he says he's still bullish on Bitcoin, even if it does go slightly below $40,000. So just bringing up the Bitcoin chart one more time. Although Bitcoin is trading at 42.5, he says, it wouldn't matter even if it went slightly below $40,000. Of course, that would bring us in this level of support, old support, and that bottom level there would be 39,500. So an interesting perspective from him. Bull Dieppe here saying, why XRP is on the rise. It has nothing to do with the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. So this has to do with XRP Utility. What drives the price is that XRP will soon become the layer 1 protocol with low fees and fast settlement time for thousands of dApp and NFT projects to be built upon. Now, I do not doubt this for one bit. I personally do not think we are seeing that XRP rally because of that. I mean, XRP, it's funny. XRP is an interesting crypto because it tends to just kind of move when it does. And, many of us in the space try to kind of figure out reasons why. There are sometimes very, very obvious reasons why we do see it move. Nevertheless, we are still trading in a speculative market. We have not seen that meaningful real-world utility yet. However, we are getting closer and closer by the day. Michael also bringing this to us, examining crypto trends for 2022. So high expectations within institutions for wide-scale crypto adoption in 2022. First, this article starts off by saying Wells Fargo stated that cryptocurrencies could be hitting an adoption inflection point, comparing it to internet adoption in the 90s. In another report examining crypto trends for 2022, Ripple has noted there are high expectations within institutions for a wide-scale adoption and impact of blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies, and central bank digital currencies. With that being said, the crypto solutions company has called it the early stages of this transformation, and we know there are more companies exploring the space like Uber. They use Uber as an example. However, Ripple puts itself at the center of payment evolution. As we know, innovation in payments has been central to the Internet of Value, and it's central to Ripple's contribution to it. We also heard earlier this week that Ripple is now a gold member, guys, a gold partner with the Digital Euro Association, the DEA. So they are jointly working on a central bank digital currency, the digital euro. Ripple believes that for payments in particular, CBDCs will add to the network already being done in crypto and stablecoins to drive the blockchain flywheel, as NFTs are helping drive the flywheel now for customers. So Ripple not slowing down. And we know there's already lots of development down here in this article. They talk about the Asia Pacific region and the Latin American region. We've already seen adoption there. And to that point here from iStrawberry at Liz Trovato here on Twitter, she brings up this article. There was a recent interview with Rahul Advani, APAC policy director at Ripple, and he talked about RippleNet's OnDemand Liquidity service. So he is specifically in the APAC region, or the APAC region. His comments were made during an interview with financial news platform Bread. When asked how Ripple plans to adapt to the growing demand of crypto-based cross-border settlements, he said, "A big problem that RippleNet solves is today's banking system. There are considerable liquidity issues, and a lot of capital is tied up in pre-funding. Ripple solves that problem by using a solution called OnDemand Liquidity, as we all know. Our customers can leverage the digital asset XRP as a neutral bridge asset between two currencies, which eliminates the need for pre-funding." So he's basically just describing ODL to maybe some people who do not understand the entire concept yet. As for his thoughts on the development of CBDCs in APAC countries, this is what he said. "I think it's fairly clear that the APAC is leading by example across both retail and wholesale CBDCs. Looking ahead, however, central banks will have to tackle the challenge of interoperability when it comes to cross-border payments. If each country is creating their own digital currency, and we're just recreating the same siloed system that we have in place today, which means that countries are not going to be able to use others' CBDCs, well, then there's going to definitely be a need for interoperability." And Rahul Advani is cutting to the chase, I guess, sounding very confident that Ripple's XRP is going to be sourcing for that liquidity between CBDCs. I mean, you know, they're working with the Digital Pound Foundation. They're working now with the Digital Euro Association. It would only be logical for Ripple to be at the center of this. We know they have partnerships with the International Monetary Fund. We know that they're also in cozy with the World Economic Forum, whether we like it or not. I mean, again, that double-edged sword argument that I'm not going to get into today. So he says, therefore, interoperability will facilitate cross-border transactions, and that's what's key. And this is going to be the neutral bridge asset like XRP, which is an open source, public and decentralized digital asset, and that will continue to play a role. So Advani, he is in the Asia Pacific region, and he is seeing ODL thrive over there, explaining the benefits of that in this latest interview. Great news there. Wanted to thank Liz Trovato for posting that. Also, this guy's from Matthew Liny. We talked about Ripple's partner Revolut last week. Well, they just acquired a new company, Arvog Forex, and so Revolut India, the Indian registered entity of London headquarters fintech player Revolut, has acquired international money transfers company Arvog Forex to kickstart its product strategy in the country. While Revolut India did not reveal the acquisition amount, a source aware of the deal said the acquisition was worth around $4.5 million, so not a huge acquisition, nevertheless probably a very strategic choice for them at this moment in time. The Mumbai-based Forex firm will help Revolut secure a Forex license and begin offering remittance and Forex services to Indian companies. So back to that flywheel effect, of course, we are seeing the XRPL grow. More adoption, more growth, XRP going to be utilized in more facets of the new financial system. That's beneficial for XRP hodlers, and also, of course, for the speculative run, this could get the crypto market kickstarted back again into bullish territory. So, all eyes on this. Wanted to thank Matthew Liny for posting that. Guys, we also saw this. This is another one here from Ant1 on Twitter, and this has to do with Ripple partner Worldline. They bought Ingenico for $8.6 billion, and now they are also partnering with Spreadly. Now, this has to do with Spreadly. They're adding a local payment method offering via a partnership with Stripe. So we are seeing these partnerships extend further and further. So Spreadly, the provider of the leading payment orchestration platform, has announced that it is now able to offer even more local payment methods as part of a new partnership with Stripe. An effective payment strategy is built on working with the right payments partners and offering, obviously, the right types of payment methods. For many merchants and merchant aggregators, this includes offering customers a number of local payment methods, and then it just gives some detail on that. Here's a quote. As part of the partnership and ongoing integration support, we're now offering additional access to Stripe's alternative payment methods. So it sounds like, well, of course, Stripe, they're going to be using alternative methods, and Radar, an advanced fraud fighting tool available to all Stripe customers. This coming from Andy McHale, Senior Director of Product for Spreadly. This latest integration allows joint Stripe and Spreadly customers to offer their customers a variety of payment methods and provides access to Radar, helping to manage the fraud risks associated with accepting payments online. So Stripe, interesting, a competitor to Ripple nevertheless. This connection, the connection with WorldBuy and Ripple, and considering Worldline also a partner with Spreadly, I mean, I don't know, what does this say to you? They are also partnering with Stripe. So could there be some kind of mutual beneficial relationship in here? It is interesting to note. I mean, there is not going to be one cryptocurrency that rules them all. There isn't going to be one platform that everybody uses. There are going to be a lot of winners in this space. And I know even the guys at Ripple, they are cheering on everything, every fintech company, because the more the world gets on board with cryptocurrency adoption, the better it is going to be. And they've already been doing a great job at preloading this ideology into our psyches, right? Promoting cryptocurrency as something beneficial compared to back in 2017 when they were saying, it's a fraud and, you know, Bitcoin is terrible and it's meant for money laundering and all this stuff. That's how they were framing it back then. Of course, since then we have seen much change. A global pandemic that has essentially changed our economies, I think everlasting. I think that there is a fundamental change that is going on now, and we are not going back to the old way. We are going to move into a new system. Now, I mean, if the globalists win, and I mean, there's a lot of fighting going on, a lot of rallies going on worldwide to fight against the restrictions in different countries, and, you know, so there's that part of it. And I mean, I personally, if you want to ask my personal opinion, I do not think the World Economic Forum's plan will play out the way they intended. I think they will recoil. I think they will scurry and hide like the dirty rats they are. But I've always been of this opinion that, you know, the financial system is still broken despite what they want to achieve with insert your theory here. Despite what they want to achieve with that, the financial system was always at the center of this. And so follow the money. A new financial system is certainly going to be implemented throughout this decade. In what kind of capacity? Well, we just don't know. I mean, of course, there's the Ripple XRP part of this, the integration, many countries wanting to get onto a streamlined CBDC. And of course, there's the interoperability, and that's what Ripple solves for. Just to kind of show this to you guys, Citizen of the Future, a blockchain theory, posted this, and I know you guys have likely seen this already. When crypto regulations come into play, you will realize XRP is not a security. SafeMoon wasn't really safe. Tether was an unaudited fraud, and ISO 20022 interoperable DLT networks are the safest investment. I was just telling this to somebody the other day. Always look for those coins that solve problems, ISO 20022 compatible coins, and they're all listed here. This was a screen grab from, I believe, the Fed before they took it down. IOTA, XRP, Stellar's XLM. We got Algorand down here. XFIN is also another one of those. This was the flow chart that they put up, and just to demonstrate that further, we got another one here, including, XFIN, IOTA, Algorand, USDC, XRP, Stellar's XLM, all ISO 20022 compatible. And so, here was the explanation from the Federal Reserve. Here's the original screenshot. Years ago, the Federal Reserve released that ISO 20022 family ecosystem bubble pic on their site for a day before it got taken down, but luckily, someone got a screenshot of it. And so that is what you guys are seeing today. We are in the know, guys. We have been doing our research for years. We've been following what the World Economic Forum has been spouting from their various social media sites. You will own nothing and you will be happy. And another connection to that, guys, Agenda 21. Now, on the surface, it sounds pretty innocent. I mean, this is a non-binding action plan, for those of you guys who do not know, of the United Nations with regard to sustainable development. It is a product of the Earth Summit UN Conference on Environment and Development held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and that was in 1992, and it is an action agenda for the UN, other multilateral organizations, and individual governments around the world that can be executed at local, national, and global levels. And so the objective was the 21st century, that they needed to be sustainable. And how is it that an organization promotes sustainability? Well, we all have to consume less. But when there's too many people on the planet, how do we correct this? Well, there have always been theories going around, Agenda 21, a theory that puts sustainability in the crosshairs. Green space, clean energy, increased urban density, and global dictatorship. It's hard to see how all these things could connect, but according to a popular right-wing, I don't even want to say the word theory, a UN resolution aimed at sustainable development could pave the way. Theorists argue that this agenda, a 23-year-old, at this time this was published in 2015, 23-year-old non-binding UN resolution that suggests ways for governments and NGOs to promote sustainable development, is the linchpin in a plot to subjugate humanity under an eco-totalitarian regime. I'm not going to get into this further. I will link this in the description if you guys want to read it. I think you get the gist of where I'm going with this. And the reason I bring this up is because just today I saw this, guys. This was brought to me by Dawdler for XRP, and he shared this tweet with me from Tracy. What the fresh hell is this?
The Earth just cannot handle the sheer number of humans who live here. Something has to give. And I believe that it's up to us who have lived a good life to make sure that our children will have the opportunity to live good lives too. I have lived a good life.
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 What? So what is Grandma trying to say here? You've lived a good life, and so what are you insinuating, Grandma? What is Agenda 21 trying to convey with this video? Well, how about this monster? He's lived a good life. Maybe it's time for him to go. So, I mean, to Tracy's point, what in the fresh hell is this? And I mean, I'm not joking here. At first, I thought this was a fake video. I mean, I haven't verified it. I don't know if this organization here even has a website to verify this. Nevertheless, this is what I saw floating around Twitter. And so they are, guys, still trying to promote not only a new financial system, but a new social norm. Trying to get us to buy into this while putting out very disconcerting videos like this. And Martha M down here says, makes my skin crawl. I actually felt the goosebumps also. But I don't know, guys. Tell me down in the comments what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.